for our main event of the evening. The problem child, Jake Paul. Nathan Diaz.
The night the internet nearly imploded, the long-anticipated showdown between Gervonta, Tank Davis and Jake Paul finally happened, and it wasn't the spectacle fans hoped for. Under DAZN's bright lights and global hype, the YouTuber-turned-boxer claimed a majority decision victory, stunning the boxing world yet again. This wasn't a tactical duel. It was a clear clash of power. Let's break it down round by round, because this fight exposed the harsh truth of what occurs when a natural cruiserweight steps in against a lightweight icon.
Wait is over. It's ready for war. Live from Dallas, Texas, it's go time!
From the opening bell, it was obvious. Jake Paul towered over Tank, and the size gap wasn't just noticeable, it was impossible to ignore.
Look at this face-off, Henry. What are your thoughts here?
You're hearing that shit from me. That's cringe. In some weird way, I kind of like
cringe
it.
about it?
He's trying to big man the smaller guy, who the smaller guy to me is dangerous. I think Tank Davis is going to put the hands on him, but I like it, bro. I will say something about Jake Paul. He's brought a lot of attention to boxing. Tank Davis guaranteed $40 million.
If you were in that position, would you fight Jake Paul?
Oh, hell yeah. You got to give Jake Paul his flowers. Mike Tyson, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz.
Jake Paul is a disruptor, and he's done a phenomenal job at that. You get big and famous enough to where they will just hand you the title shot and completely throw out the ranking system.
If Jake Paul was to do that, I think that'd be the greatest sports accomplishment in history. Going from a Disney Channel kid to a YouTuber to becoming a...
Jake's jab was trouble from the start. It kept Tank on the outside from the very first moments. Tank stayed low, looking for a way in, but Jake refused to give him that opening. It was exactly what analysts had been warning about for weeks. Even Terrence Crawford had pointed it out. Facing someone with that much physical advantage was risky. Not because Jake was the superior boxer, but because sheer physics were going to matter.
Happened with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. You know, if it's scripted, then it's gonna be good for the fans to watch.
What do you mean by scripted? Like rigged?
Yeah, like scripted. Like,
but none of those guys want a fucking L, right?
I think it's not a real fight. I think it's because it can't be a real fight because they ain't in the same weight. So it'd be more like an exhibition.
I think it is an exhibition, but do you think they're like, but not one person saying like, yo, I'm going to fucking throw the match. You think?
I don't think.
Or you never know?
Yeah, I think they're going to go in there and spar. I don't think it's going to be you trying to kill me or I'm trying to kill you. You know, I think it's, let's go in here and make this money. You know, it's more of a business tactic than anything.
Had to choose someone to win that fight. Who do you think wins?
Honestly, I think Jake by youth.
Really?
Yeah.
Tank's footwork was sharp early, but every attempt to close the gap was met by Jake's jab cutting him off. In round 2, Tank pushed forward with more aggression, firing combinations to test Jake's guard. Jake, to his credit, stayed calm. His jab and a well-timed body shot took some steam out of Tank. Tank clearly misjudged Jake's skill. He's probably rethinking that clown comment now.
Jake, what do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if someone, if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I laugh at him. Like, you want me to fight him?
You think it'll ever come to the point where you're going to mix into, I mean, you're obviously doing the real shit, but will it ever mix into the point where the money's big enough?
Yeah,
for
would you ever
to
do a
take...
fight like that?
I feel as though in my career, I can't do that right.
Jake absorbed Tank's shots like they were light taps, and the reason was obvious: the weight gap. Jake walks around near 200 pounds, while Tank, even fully hydrated, barely reaches 145. Every time Jake connected, Tank felt the impact. Every time Tank landed, Jake shrugged it off. It played out exactly the way everyone predicted.
Tank Davis fight got moved to Miami.
I think Jake wins.
Jake's just so big, dude.
I think Jake wins.
This is different because it's similar. It's similar to Logan versus Mayweather, but Jake Paul now obviously is way more advanced than where Logan was at that moment in time.
I mean,
Gervonta
it's
is
just
fucking sick.
I mean, yeah, no, but dude, Jake.
You ever watch his highlights?
Jake can crack,
nasty,
man.
He's so sick. I love that guy.
By round 4, Tank was clearly starting to fade. That's when Mike Perry's warning began replaying in everyone's mind. Weeks before the fight, Perry had said it bluntly. Tank was falling out of love with boxing. And in that moment it showed. He didn't look locked in. He looked like a man doing his job, not someone fighting for glory.
Jake is big. Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, I mean, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, you know, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to 100 pounds.
Meanwhile, Jake did exactly what everyone anticipated, leaning on his size and strength to control the fight. Tank, to his credit, never hit the canvas, but the punishment was clearly adding up. Jake's confidence kept growing with each round, and truthfully, he carried that confidence long before either of them stepped into the ring.
Fighting Gervonta Davis on
wow.
Netflix.
Let's go.
People think that he could actually beat me, and people think he could outbox me, and he's so powerful and this and that. That's what makes it a good fight. November 14th, Netflix.
In round 7, Tank finally had a few bright spots. He slipped Jake's jab and landed some sharp left hands over the top. But even when he connected clean, Jake just grinned and kept coming. That's when it became clear. Tank's power, the same power that wrecked fighters in his own weight class, didn't carry up. Jake began marching Tank down. No more probing, no more testing distance. He stalked forward, throwing combos and forcing Tank onto the back foot. Tank looked like he was trying to make it through the round, not win it. Looks like all that sparring with Shakur Stevenson paid off for Jake.
Opponent to replicate something that obviously, you know, there's nobody else out there. That's Tank Davis. How do you prepare for a guy that's different stature-wise?
Yeah, no, we have world champions. Raymond Ford in the 130-pound weight class. We got Montana Lovin. Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week. So
Wow.
just sparring against guys on their level and people who have, you know, been doing this their whole entire lives. But we're really focusing on speed and not as much on power. I'm not doing as much like weightlifting and all of that stuff. I'm actually trying to like lose some muscle so that I have less weight and so that my punches are coming off faster.
Every time Jake landed, the ropes shook and the crowd went wild. And it was exactly what Dana White had warned about ages ago. Dana said it perfectly. Jake should be fighting guys his own size, because matchups like this, no matter how exciting they seem, are mismatches at the foundation.
Is the burnt bridge with my brother unfixable?
I don't hate your brother. You guys need to fight guys you're the same size. When you fought Floyd, you are massive. He did hit you with a fucking bomb, and you fucking ate it. He's gonna fight Gervonta Davis.
Who do you got?
Gervonta, I think, hits way harder than Floyd, but he's too small. Your brother's gonna be able to get inside on him, put his weight on him, tie him up.
I hear your critique on fighting guys the same size as you. Is that why you guys wouldn't let me fight Conor?
Yeah, you're fucking huge. Conor weighs 145 pounds, 155 pounds.
Yeah, but he says he can beat.
By round 8, Tank looked spent. His face was marked up, and his body language told the whole story. He wasn't mentally present, just like Tim Bradley had predicted before the fight. Tank seemed checked out, and that call suddenly felt spot on.
It's done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something sort, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
In round 9, Jake started showboating. He knew the fight was already his. Ryan Garcia had warned everyone beforehand, calling the matchup a joke because casual fans don't understand how much weight differences matter, and he was right. People expected Tank, the seasoned boxer, to dominate the YouTuber, but this was never a fair fight. Not in size, not in strength.
That's a fucking disgrace of a fight.
Yeah.
You know it. Just like Mike Tyson, low-key was a disgrace, but we accepted it. But
yeah,
he was 60 years old. I mean, the casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck up Jake Paul, they're gonna think Jake Paul is some pound for pound champion type of fighter. Gervonta Davis he's actually really small. Like when I fought him, he's small. So I just think it's a very unfair fight.
The final round belonged entirely to Jake. He kept the jab working, stayed mobile, and avoided any unnecessary risks. Tank tried one last surge, but it wasn't enough. When the bell rang, everyone in the arena already knew the outcome. Jake Paul had done it.
So it is the day after Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. My voice is damn near gone. We just had one of the best streams I've had in a very long time, about 18 hours, supposed to have been 24, but we had some technical difficulties. Thank you everybody that showed up and showed out. It was me, my lady. It was fun reactions. We had a blast. The entire stream was awesome, so thank you guys for that. But today, let's talk about the Jake Paul and
Jake was fired up, no doubt. But even his biggest supporters knew this was a win built on advantage, not equality. This was promotion power at work, not pure boxing. And just like many critics said afterward, this wasn't the kind of matchup the sport needed.
Brian Garcia said that boxing is turning into the WWE.
Is that like a bad thing? The WWE is a $12 billion company.
I think he wants to get in there.
I think he's just mad that I'm gonna get an opportunity to beat Tank, and he obviously got knocked out and embarrassed, so his insecurities are coming out.
The size gap told the whole story. Jake's jab, power, and physicality were overwhelming, and Tank's skill and speed simply couldn't overcome the reality of fighting someone nearly 60 pounds heavier.
Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance?
Gervonta is a fucking great boxer, but he ain't gonna do shit for fucking Jake Paul.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think
he's just too small.
It just I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the fight?
I don't want to lose to somebody that. There's no point in the fight. It's a great fight, actually.
You think
I'm
it's
not
a good
hating
fight?
on the fight, but I think my thoughts on it is let's watch and see what happens.
Still, you can't deny Jake's progress. He's gone from a YouTuber to a guy who can hold his own against seasoned pros. The win won't silence every critic, but it definitely adds another chapter to his unpredictable boxing rise.
Who I am is because I proved everyone wrong. Reminder, the most hated and most criticized boxer in the sport of boxing before they loved him was Muhammad Ali. So I'm the anti-hero, and people will love me soon enough once they realize what I've done for this sport and who I truly am. But that doesn't bother me at the end of the day, because when you're at the top, people are clawing to rip you down, and that's just the way the game goes.
If there's one thing Jake knows how to do, it's keep the spotlight on himself. And he didn't waste a second teasing what might be the wildest move of his career, a potential fight with Francis Ngannou. Jake's team has reportedly reached out to see whether Ngannou would even consider stepping into a boxing ring with him. On paper, it sounds crazy. Ngannou is a heavyweight monster with unreal power, while Jake is still getting used to facing bigger opponents. But then again, Jake has built his entire career on doing things people insist he can't.
Francis could have sex with you if he wanted to.
If you want to make money, fight Jake Paul. I would love for him and Francis too.
No,
Francis
no,
would hurt him.
Really fresh that said this. Francis could have sex with you if he wanted to. No. Jake Paul,
Jesus Christ, dude.
Don't do it.
It's ruined my appetite. I be thinking of Francis Ngannou and laying pipe, dude.
No, pause, Henry, relax. Don't take it that far.
I mean, you said it, bro.
If Francis somehow one of his paws, one of his mittens touch anywhere near here, no, that's not.
The fight is unlikely, but it's already got the internet buzzing, and nobody knows how to weaponize hype better than Jake. And if that wasn't enough, the newest rumor circling the boxing world is that Jake has also been calling out Anthony Joshua. Yes, that Anthony Joshua.
I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will beat Anthony Joshua. I know I will beat. Knocked out, right? Yeah. He doesn't have a chin and he has no skill and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends. But I want to fight you. I will beat Canelo. I will beat a lot of people, I will not beat David Benavidez.
Multiple insiders say Jake has been pushing for a possible fight in the UK, hinting that he'd shock the world one more time. It sounds outrageous, but if you know how Jake operates, it's exactly the kind of headline he'd go after.
Jake's trying to get anyone to fight now.
Yeah,
Francis Ngannou, Ryan Garcia, AJ.
We're hearing AJ again.
Yeah.
Maybe Eddie Hearn would have to, just admit defeat and say, fine, it happens on Netflix, but it's an absolute king's ransom.
It's
a king's ransom.
Yeah, if I'm AJ, I remember saying at the time, like, don't do it, it's rubbish, doesn't help your career. Ade, shut up. You're getting gifted 70, 80 million for a sparring session.
And it would do whatever views Tank Davis versus Jake Paul does, triple them for AJ.
It would do bigger than Canelo Crawford.
I know it would. It would do bigger than Canelo Crawford.
Yeah, I think it would do bigger than Canelo Crawford.
It would do much bigger.
Yeah, because every single man, woman, child over here will watch it.
Everyone over here would watch it. The fact that it's a heavyweight, it's not a lightweight.
Yeah, it's a fight he's supposed to lose. Because everyone wants to see Jake Paul get chinned, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's all. That's what everyone wants to see.
That's what everyone wants to see.
So there'll be a queue of people queuing up with their Netflix account, just waiting to see if this big monster can chin.
A fight with Joshua would be the biggest payday of Jake's career, and easily the biggest gamble. But Jake has made one thing clear. He's done with influencer matchups. He wants headline names and internet-breaking fights.
I like the challenge. People, that's the criticism. Fight someone in their prime who's a beast. I think people just want to see me lose. That's really what the message is behind it all. And Anthony Joshua is an insane fight, but I want that challenge. We've been DMing back and forth. He wants to make it happen. He called me up, and it's looking very like.
Tank, meanwhile, needs time to reassess his direction. This fight may have been a payday, but it was also a reality check. He's still one of the most naturally gifted fighters in the sport, but taking a loss like this in front of millions hurts. Some experts believe he should return to his own division, rebuild, and remind the world exactly who he is.
See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. Back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. Mm-hmm. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yes,
he was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really good fighter.
At the end of the day, the fight turned out to be exactly what many feared, a spectacle. Jake Paul walked away with the biggest win of his career, and Gervonta Davis walked away with a harsh reality check.